Hey, what's going on, everyone? Moose here, and today we are going to be talking about the CV Life Pick Rail Laser, and we're going to talk about that coming up next. All right, so here we are, and here we have the laser itself. I kind of like it. It's actually really well constructed. It's got. I'll show you guys what it comes with because this is kind of a cool attachment. It is actually a magnetic charging, which I like these magnetic chargers, to be honest with you. However, the unfortunate part is that if you ever lose this cable, you're pretty much hosed. So, make sure you keep track of this and what you have. It does come with an adjustment wrench as well, or two of them for adjusting as well as for tightening it onto your pick rail, onto your handgun, or onto your rifle. Now, here in Michigan, we're not allowed to hunt with lasers, and honestly, for a handgun, while I understand that some people may want these, I would rather have a light on my handgun or an integrated light / laser. So for doing AR work and things like that, having a lightweight laser like this that's low profile as well, that I can connect maybe to the side of my my AR foregrip is really quite nice, and that is what I do plan on using this for. But once again, in the meantime, it makes a great cat toy. Just joking. All joking aside, it's very solidly built. It's made out of good quality aluminum. It does appear to hold a zero well, and I'll tell you how I tested that. I'm not going to show it on film because I did a separate video that I didn't. Well, actually, I lost it. But what I did was I set this on a known surface. Actually, I set it this way on a known surface. Drew a box around it, pointed it at the wall, and then made a sticky dot on the wall where it was pointing. And this was from quite some distance. I then took the device and I slapped it on the table a few times. I beat it up, I just kind of jogged it in every direction that I could, like so. And then I set it back in the box, and lo and behold, the laser did hold it zero. So these are relatively nice as far as, it does appear that there's some kind of goop in there, whether it looks like there's like a blue Loctite on there, not Loctite of sorts, but it does stay stiff. So when it continues to work, no matter what I do to it, it doesn't seem to, lose its way. I did submerge this quickly just to see if it would, any damage would come to it. And actually what I did was I misted it with a bottle. Just, kind of like, hey, if I'm out in the world and it gets snow on it or things like that, it did not seem to affect it whatsoever. I wouldn't claim that it's probably waterproof. And my guess is that somewhere in this relatively decently written set of instructions, which I definitely appreciate. There's no Chinese writing in there. It's all English. It does actually talk about, let's see, does it say? No, it doesn't say anything about that, but it does talk about, warranty. So if you encounter any issues with our product or have any inquiries, please feel free to reach out to us via Amazon. They did send this to me via Amazon, so, I did get it for free to review. And like I said, so far so good. I mean, if you're looking for a lightweight that actually has a pick rail on the back of it, so technically you could piggyback a light off the bottom of this or some other piece of device that you want to use. You can, or you could even piggyback this off the back or the bottom of a light that has a built-in pick rail on the bottom of it. So it's really, kind of, I don't know. It's a good add-on, to be honest with you. And like I said, I haven't had any issues with it. I did leave it running overnight, and I did come out and find that it was still shining after being left on overnight. So it does appear to have a decent battery life. Now, granted, I don't sleep all that many hours, so it's not necessarily like a full 10, 12 hours. To be honest, I'm not even sure what the battery life is on this. It says runtime is in red is 8 hours. So I would buy that. I would say absolutely it will run for 8 hours. It does have a polymer battery built in, and like I said, it is nice to have that magnetic charger. Now, one thing that I do, and many of you may do as well, and this is where I wish that maybe instead of the magnetic charger, it would have had more of like a USB-C. I carry these little charging blocks in my vehicles. I carry them, one in my chest rig, for charging my devices, right? So we can see that it is plugged in and it is taking a charge. So I do carry one of these in my chest rig as well, so that I can charge my lights and everything else. And it would be nice if everybody got on the same page and had like USB Type-C, so I only have to carry one cable. Now, granted, this one isn't that big, so it's not a real big deal just to kind of, you know, fold it up and stick it in the bottom of my my belly pouch on my chest rig, or in my body armor. But overall, it would be, like I said, nice if everybody just kind of went to a universal, where it made it a little bit easier. You know, like with my lights, for example, even the rechargeable ones, I carry an extra battery as well. So while I'm charging one battery from my power pack, I can still be utilizing my flashlight with a secondary battery. So, but overall, CV Life, you know, I mean, they're hit or miss. I think that everybody, honestly, is stepping up their game. I think that we have seen over the years that, you know, CV Life back in the day was not quite as good or popular as they're becoming now. It's a good budget-friendly alternative to spending hundreds of dollars on something, or even thousands of dollars for the average person, right? You know, we're not all operators in the military, you know, and not only that, but you know, I get this question posed to me a lot is, you know, hey Moose, you know, do I really want to trust that thing to hold up to 20,000 rounds if I'm defending my home? Well, if you're defending your home and you're shooting that kind of rounds, you're we're in a different situation. So, you know, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, you know, is this good enough to supply us with, you know, it's fulfilling its intent and purpose? And I would say yes. This is one of those items that honestly I think is very well made. My hat's off to CV Life for stepping up their game, as well as many of the other Chinese known companies. They really have stepped up their game. And so that's my opinion on this. So check them out, CV Life. I think I do have a code. Once again, I talk about this all the time, but quite frankly, I don't even remember what it is. It's probably Moose 10, I think is what it is. So if you go check them out on Amazon, I think you can use that code and it will work for you. If it's not Moose 10, it's probably Moose. But either way, I appreciate you guys. Till next time, be good to each other. God bless. Stay safe, and we'll talk soon. See ya.